Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of this podcast. Unfortunately, you might hear some basketball outside because the kids playing, and it's outside. It's been a while since our last episode, our first episode. Welcome to episode 2. This is where we help you get ready for bed. Lie down, close your eyes, listen to this story, and fall asleep. Today is Sunday, the 21st of July. This will be airing next week, but still a Sunday. Close your eyes, prepare for the world of work tomorrow, and anything that comes your way this week. Touching upon why it's been a while since I've been here hosting these episodes, I've had some life changes. At the moment, we are now in a job. I'm doing customer service for a company, only temporarily, because my main focus is to look for some IT work, as well as my acting and writing. But for now, I'm helping out with customer service. So I've been a bit busy, working on my shows, working on my films. In the time since the last episode and this episode, we have released both When in Rome, the movie that I made, starring myself, Dinsmore, my partner, Izzy Gentile, with appearances from Ben Davies, Jamie Weaver, and Jordan Quayle. Not to mention David Cooper, Zach Tate, and Jaden Wolfe. We also have released the first few episodes of Altered Space Series 3. And I'm also working on the scripts for other episodes and other shows. Not to mention that I was cast as Dorian Gray in an audio series. For those of you who don't know, my second middle name is Dorian, after my great-grandfather. But here we go. Let's get away from the hosting and start the reading. Today's episode is a story called The Penguin Who Wanted to Fly by Catherine Vase. Narrated by yours truly, your host, Dinsmore. Flip-Flop sat on his favourite thinking rock and looked up into the sky. "I wish I could fly," he said to himself. Flip-Flop stood up. He looked down at his wings and flapped them. Nothing happened. Flip-Flop couldn't fly. That night, Flip-Flop had a dream. He dreamt he was flying. It was so quiet and peaceful up there in the starry night. Next morning, Flip-Flop had an idea. He would make himself some wings. "Can I help?" asked the polar bear. Flip-Flop climbed on top of the polar bear and flapped his wings. Flip, flap! Flop! "Oops," said Flip-Flop. But it didn't matter. Flip-Flop had another idea. "Just the thing," said Flip-Flop, as he pulled out a special helicopter hat from his dressing-up trunk. He spun around and around and around and around and around and around, spinning faster and faster, until he spun out of control. "Ouch!" he cried as he flopped to the ground. "I feel very dizzy." That night, it snowed. In the morning, Flip-Flop was very excited as he thought of another idea. He would build an aeroplane out of snow. A snowplane! Flip-Flop was very pleased with himself as he climbed in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He waited for his snowplane to take off, and waited and waited. "Oh dear," sighed Flip-Flop, as the sun came out and melted his snowplane. But it didn't matter. Flip-Flop had another idea. A better idea. He got a balloon and tied a piece of string to it. The balloon floated upwards, and so did Flip-Flop. "I'm flying," said Flip-Flop excitedly. "I'm really flying." And he was. Until... pop went the balloon. Flop went Flip-Flop. Poor Flip-Flop. "I'm never going to fly," he cried. Polar Bear gave his friend a hug. "Come with me," he said. Polar Bear gave Flip-Flop a gentle push down the favourite slide. Whoosh! Flip-Flop whizzed down the ice. "Whee! I'm flying!" squealed Flip-Flop. But then, splash! "Help!" cried Flip-Flop as he crashed into the sea. It was very peaceful and quiet down there under the sea. There were loads of fish and other floaty things. "Wow," said Flip-Flop. "This is just like flying." Flip-Flop couldn't really fly, but that didn't matter, because Flip-Flop could swim. In fact, he could swim quite beautifully. The end. I hope you enjoyed our little story today. Next week, please look forward to a guest host. Well, not a guest host, I'll be hosting, but a guest narrator from another story. And I hope you all have a very, very lovely evening. And I hope each and every one of you can endure the work week ahead. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Sleep well.